Have you ever thought about being a private investor? I get that question all the time. Antonio, how can I be a private investor and how does this whole entire process work? I got great credit, I got the funding, but how does this project work? Coming up. Welcome everyone, this is Antonio Coleman here from Poppa Homes LLC, where we talking about turning credit into wealth by using the power of real estate. And this is your first time here on the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the videos here. I got tons of videos here on my channel for any of your needs when it comes to building your credit and turning that credit into a massive amount of income with the power of real estate. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. Also, if you're looking to try to get that 700, 800 credit score and you're struggling to be able to get that score so you can open up this type of funding, definitely there's a link in the description here. For $1 a day, we can help you with your credit. Yeah, for $1 a day. Very amazing. A link inside the description. Sign up for it, take advantage of it so you can open up your doors to get unlimited amount of funding. So by saying that, here's the thing. Private investor. Who wants to be a private investor? A lot of people are like, what is that? How does that work? You know, a lot of people don't really care too much about real estate, but they care about their money. They care about multiplying their money. They care about turning $1 into $2. They care about turning 5,000 into 10,000. They care about those things. So if you ever want to be a private investor, you got to say, okay, what angles do I go? What do I do? Me personally, it's always real estate at the end of the day. That's how you can get your returns faster. I would say a little bit more safer. Long as you got the numbers and in a short amount of time. So this video here, I'm going to show you three ways to be a private investor. Now, number one would be simple, making interest off your money. That's a simple way. That's number one. Number two, you can get what we call cash flow. Okay. Or number three, you can share profits. So interest payments, cash flow, and profits. And I'm going to show you guys here on the iPad here today on how this pretty much works. So I'm going to try to break down all three of those. Okay, let's head to the iPad here. Now we're here on the iPad. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to pretty much explain all three. So you as being a private investor, you can pick any one of these three. So when I'm working with private investors, I'm always offering these three here. And depending on the situation with the property, it pretty much comes down to what benefit the private investor. Is it pretty much the interest payments? Is it pretty much cash flow? Or is it profit? What makes sense? So whenever I'm dealing with my private investor, when we're looking at the numbers of this property and what type of return that we can get, it all comes down to numbers. So I want to think about this scenario first. Let's go interest payments here. First, we're gonna go interest. Okay, we're gonna go with interest here. So we're gonna go to interest here, and I just scrabble this, but obviously you know what I mean. So we're gonna go to interest payments here. So let's just say, for instance, that you pretty much. Let me go back here. Let's just say pretty much you came in and gave $10,000, 10K to go towards a project. Okay, it could be any type of project out there. Let's just say you gave $10,000 and we're doing let's say that we're doing a fix and flip, meaning that we're coming in and we're going to rehab this project. It's going to take 2 months to rehab. Okay, I'm going to abbreviate that. And let's say we're going to try to sell it within 4 months. Okay, months. Sale. Okay, because anytime I'm going into a project, I always give myself 6 months. 2 months to rehab, 4 months to sell the property. Now, if the property is done correct, it should sell before 4 months. But anytime I'm dealing with my private investors, I pretty much give them this number here. So 6 months. So at the end of the day, you have 10K right here, 10K. So if I'm dealing with an investor, it's like, okay, well, do you want to take the interest payments when it comes to this? Meaning that you want to take an interest payment, just a flat out interest payment. So for this here, I will offer to pay them maybe, let's just say here, I will offer to pay my investor 10%, okay, 12%, or 14%. Now, those are some big numbers there, okay? Those are the big numbers, but it depends on the property, okay? It depends on the property. So when we're discussing profits and the margins of the property, the rehab, the budget, everything, it depends on that. So I'm gonna offer my private investors this here, okay? So if you do a little math here, so out of your 10,000, if you do 10,000 times, you do 10%, you'll get back your 10,000 and make $1,000 within a 6 month span. So if you divide this by six, which is 6 months, you will make $166 a month off your money. Okay. So if you take it up a notch, let's say that we got the 10,000 here, and we do times 14% here. Excuse me, that's definitely not gonna work. 10,000 times 14% gives you $1,400 divided by 6 months. They give you $233. Now, that's a lot, because if you let your $10,000 sit in the bank for the next 6 months, it's not gonna make that. It's not gonna make that. So that's option one. So now you can be a part of a project where you can allow your $10,000 to work for you to make $1,400 back. Okay, so that's one. So if we go back here, so we're gonna say, okay, let's think about this. Now the next one would be cash flow. Okay, so we're gonna go with cash flow here. So cash flow meaning this is gonna be a property that we're gonna buy and hold. Whether we put money into it to flip it or not, it doesn't matter. We're just probably gonna be buy and hold. And let's just say that we can take this many different angles, many different ways. It just depends on how much that you put in. Now, if we're gonna do a buy and hold, then usually when I'm working with my investors, they're definitely coming in to give the down payment, the holding costs, all of that. They're going to cover all of that. So, but let me show you the numbers. Let's just say, for instance, that they came in and put in 20K. That's pretty much everything. Buy and hold, down payment. It can easily be 30K. But that's just an example. So at the end of the day, we able to get, let's say for instance that we able to get a down payment from our buyer. Let's say we able to get a down payment. We leasing out this property, a tenant buyer, whatever. So we able to get a down payment of $5,000. So we will obviously divide that by 2, 2,500. Here and 2,500 here. So PI, private investor, PH, Poppa Homes. So we will split that. Now we got a cash flow of, let's say for instance, we got a cash flow of $400 per month. Got a cash flow of $400 per month. So that would equals 200 here. Equals 200 here for the PI and for PH, which is Poppa Homes. So if you sit there and do the math, you got $2,500 here and you got $200 here. Times 12 and times 12 months out of the year, that's $1,400 a year. Okay, $1,400 a year, and that cash flow would be into the end of time on that property. to be able to get back your 20,000. But once you get that back, I mean, it's in the red and you making tons of money. So the next one here is profit. Now, I do this a number of times with my investors. We're gonna share some profits, and let's just say that we're gonna share 15% of the profit. So the investor came in and gave 30K. Okay, he came in and put down 30K on the property, and I came to the table with everything else. Came to purchase the house for 100,000, the rehab and all that stuff. I came to the table with that, and we're gonna say we'll give you 20% of the profits. Okay, once the property is sold. So if we make it pretty easy, let's say on this deal here, after everything is done, taxes, insurance, realtor fees, borrowing the money fees, whatever the case may be, we're left with $30,000. We're left with 30K. Also that $30,000 that the private investor put up, you would already have got that back. But at the end of the day, this is what's left. This is what's left after everything's paid. After you pay your $30,000 back, this is what left, and you would get 20% of that. So if you do the math here over that 30,000, so we got 30,000 times 20%, $6,000. How amazing. Let's make sure we do that again. We got 30,000 times, 30,000 times, okay, I know we're gonna get this right. 30,000 times, here we go, 6%. 30,000 times okay, here we go. 30,000 times, here we go. 30,000 times 20% equals $6,000. So if you go back and look at this here, so not only would you get back your 30,000, Mr. Mrs. Private Investor, you actually walk away with a 6K check in your pocket for 6 months of work, which equals $1,000 a month. That's money, people. That's powerful. That's amazing. So as a private investor, you can make money all types of ways. Again, you can make money many ways, like from interest payments, cash flow, or profits. You choose the one, but everything is going to be based around that property. So at the end of the day, this is how you can make your money work for you guys. So as you can see, as a private investor, you can do a number of things. You can make profits in many ways: interest payments, cash flow, or profits. Now, when I'm dealing with private investors, I put this pretty much out there, and we look at the deal and we analyze the deal, and we pretty much come to the conclusion which one is best for you. But at the end of the day, this is how you can make your money work for you. So anytime you ever thought about becoming a private investor, like, okay, how is this gonna work for me? Then this is the angle that you go. It's whether you work with me or someone else, it doesn't matter. You wanna be able to go into a deal and say, I want these three things here. How can I make my money work by making money off my interest, making money off the cash flow, or making money off the profits of the house? So at the end of the day, that's powerful stuff, people. That's very powerful stuff. So we have to start thinking outside the box. When you got money sitting in the account, you got a 401k, you got $30,000, $40,000 401k just sitting there, and you know you're gonna work another 10 or 15 years or so. See, can you allow that money to work for you? If you got IRA, see, can you allow that money to work for you? Or if you can just go out there and get some type of finances, some type of funding, which is the reason why that you watch all of these videos, because I got tons of videos on credit, because once you get your credit correctly, then you open up the funding. How powerful is that? So hey, if you're looking to move forward as a private investor, hey, contact me. I have my information here in the description here. We can do a tons of things when it comes to real estate, because it's powerful. Real estate is powerful, it's fun, it's active, and it's a good return on your investment. So now you know, if you want to become a private investor, these are the 3 pillars you should be able to go after, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.